This accent donor was born in the northern neck of Virginia, lived there for 2 years, and was raised in Baltimore, Maryland.
The rainbow passage. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long round arch, with its path high above, and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon. There is, according to legend, a boiling pot of gold at one end. People look, but no one ever finds it. When a man looks for something beyond his reach, his friends say he is looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Throughout the centuries, people have explained the rainbow in various ways. Some have accepted it as a miracle without physical explanation. To the Hebrews, it was a token that there would be no more universal floods. The Greeks used to imagine that it was a sign from the gods to foretell war or heavy rain. The Norsemen considered the rainbow as a bridge over which the gods passed from earth to their home in the sky. Others have tried to explain the phenomenon physically. Aristotle thought that the rainbow was caused by reflection of the sun's rays by the rain. Since then, physicists have found that it is not reflection, but refraction by the raindrops which causes the rainbows. Many complicated ideas about the rainbow have been formed. The difference in the rainbow depends considerably upon the size of the drops, and the width of the colored band increases as the size of the drops increases. The actual primary rainbow observed is said to be the effect of superimposition of a number of bows. If the red of the second bow falls upon the green of the first, the result is to give a bow with an abnormally wide yellow band, since red and green light, when mixed, form yellow. This is a very common type of bow, one showing mainly red and yellow, with little or no green or blue. I think it was sort of mediated by my father's accent, and I don't front things quite a bit, but I say eagle and lig, things like that.
Where are your father and mother from?
My father was born on the northern neck. He grew up down there in Richmond County, which is on that, the peninsula just between the two rivers, the Potomac and Rappahannock. And my mother grew up in Baltimore. And after they married, they moved down to Virginia for a couple of years where I was born, and then they moved back to Baltimore and stayed there.
What did they do for work?
My father was a guard at the Maryland House of Corrections in Jessop's, and my mother was a homemaker and worked part-time at, she liked to wrap packages. She worked during Christmas wrapping packages at the department stores.
That's so nice. So you grew up in Baltimore. What part of Baltimore?
Mostly on the west side of Baltimore. We lived first in an area called Irvington, which was sort of west center, and then we moved to Westport, which is southwest, and then we moved to the Forest Park area, which is kind of northwest, and ended up in Catonsville, which is just to the west of the city limits.
Right. And what brought you to Washington?
After I got married, we got married in '65, and we moved over here, I guess, right after I got married, and then we bought a house over here, so that kind of kept us here.
Yeah.
And it was convenient for my work.
What is your happiest or funniest memory?
Oh my. Meeting my wife was probably the happiest memory. We were introduced, I just gotten out of the Army. I'd been in Saigon, and I got out of the Army and went back to work for the Defense Department, and she was just coming to work there. So I knew she was taking Chinese, studying Chinese, and I knew that I knew the teacher. I had met him before, and he one evening or one day he said, "We're going to have a little get together. Would you like to come?" And I'm a terrible introvert, so I said, "Oh yeah." I pictured there'd be 2 or 3 people there that I knew. Well, he invited his whole class, all young women from just out of college. My wife was there. I met her, and the rest is history.
That's